Stream info, Syberia 3, okay. Okay, so hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Uh, so this is my it's part 2 of my Syberia 3 playthrough. Let's continue. Sorry, I'm just checking some of my notifications. I'm just gonna adjust the lighting. What was I doing? Oh yeah. I need to find a way to get the key to exit the hospital to work. And I sent it to the Youkol engineer or something. But I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do next.
So you're finally awake. Has Dr. Olga been informed?
Someone should have a word with the maintenance department.
I think I'm gonna go back to my room for now and speak to the Youkol something.
What on earth could that quack have injected him with?
Okay, so I finally got the key to the exit.
Olga.
Kurk! How do you feel?
Not very well, I'm afraid.
This situation can't go on, Kurk. So what can I do to help you get out?
The best thing, Kate Walker, is for you to go alone. And if you really want to help me, once you are outside, go to Valsembor and try to recover my prosthesis from the craftsman. If you bring it back to me, Dr. Zamiatin will put it on, and I will be able to go back to my tribe.
Can we trust Dr. Zamiatin? I'm not so sure when I see what this clinic is like.
The man has always been a friend to the Youkols, and I'm sure he'll be able to help you leave the hospital and find the craftsman in Valsembor.
Okay. I promise to come back as soon as I can with your prosthesis, Kurk. Until then, hang in there.
Thank you, Kate Walker. And may the spirits be with you.
Hmm, I think the exit's here. Yep. I wonder what happened to your dog in part two. Right, I'm just gonna get my tea. Valsembor. Wait, go back, Kate. Um, no, this is the elevator. Let's check this. Oh wait, no. It's going to that person over there.
If it's for a regular checkup, the doctor's offices are behind the reception area.
Excuse me.
Yes?
The voice, not a lot, but some of the voices don't match the character.
Pretty gloomy clinic. It could do with a bit of human warmth.
It used to be the fortress of the Dukes of Valsembor, the ancient rampart standing against invasions from the east. The inhabitants of Valsembor took refuge here and often escaped the besiegers through mysterious secret passages.
When did it become a clinic?
That was 20 years ago, thanks to Dr. Zamiatine.
Can't get used to the voice. It's like if you were talking to her over the phone, you'd imagine someone who's younger. Like she can catfish people quite easily, at least over the phone.
I'm looking for Dr. Zamiatine.
He's in his office. You'll find it in the small corridor back there, the first door on your left.
I would like to leave this clinic. Would you mind telling me where the exit is, please?
Right behind you.
Usually I'd have told you to go over to the other side of the courtyard to take the funicular that goes down to Valsembor. But it seems Dr. Efimova has shut off the entire clinic for security reasons. The funicular has been stopped until further orders.
I see. Thank you for all that information. I'll be going now.
Maybe you should head on back to your room and wait until they say the funicular is fixed and back in service.
I'll think about it. Goodbye.
At this time of day, Dr. Zamiantine should be available.
She kind of looks like the person in the receptionist area, at least from the back. Same like hairstyle. I want to see from if I can view the front if it's the same, if it's just the same character model. Oh, hi. Oh, yeah, Tokyo. This is part three already. But I'm still in the first area. Do you want to see how the second one ended? I can pull up a video quickly. And the ending isn't long. I think it's just a few seconds.
Why not have a seat for a bit in the waiting room? It's just near the offices, right behind reception.
The funicular is out of service until further notice.
Okay. Well, just tell me if you want to see the ending at least.
I'm here to see my husband. He's been here months and months.
I've been waiting for my appointment for hours.
Dr. Olga? Nobody. Maybe not such a bad thing.
But so far, part 3 has been okay. I mean, the graphics have improved at least, but there are some like little bugs that are quite annoying. Like when I go to the menu, sometimes the cursor or the pointer disappears and I have to exit. And the voices doesn't match the lip movement, and sometimes the voices of the characters don't match what they look like. But Kate moves a lot quicker now.
Ah, that's bad luck. I missed the last funicular. Do you know why Dr. Efimova locked down the clinic?
Mention of a safety measure from what I heard. Apparently 1 or 2 patients were wandering about.
But I've finished work. What can I do until the funicular is running again? I wanted to go to the tavern for lunch. Today's the day when that cute Sarah Steiner is working.
I'm afraid they don't actually need a reason, my friend. You're primed and ready for overtime. And it's good timing. Dr. Mangling told me he was going to need help upstairs with a difficult patient.
That's you.
But it's completely crazy. They closed everything down, just like that.
Trapped.
Are you here for a visit?
I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I'm sure the funicular will be up and running in no time.
Don't tell me I'm gonna have to go back to the clinic or to my room. I thought I was done with that area. So I'm gonna try the back one more time. Oh no, maybe I can go inside this room.
The funicular is out of service until further notice.
Excuse me.
Ah, hello, Miss Walker. How very delightful to see you up and about. Even if I really have to admit that I'm a bit surprised. Our dear Dr. Olga painted a far darker picture of your current state of health.
Dr. Efimova and Dr. Mangling want everyone to believe that I'm crazy so they can justify keeping me here against my will.
Olga did indeed speak to me about your unfortunate penchant for paranoia. Be careful not to let such perilous perturbations flourish in your mind, Miss Walker. They may be the source of many of your difficulties, for you and for those around you.
Sadly, I assure you that my accusations are well-founded, Dr. Zamiatin. I'm of perfectly sound mind.
Listen to me, Miss Walker. I know that waking up after a prolonged period in a coma is difficult. In such a context, anxiety attacks are very normal. But please, do not project it onto Dr. Olga. I'm not getting any younger, you know, and running this clinic is a very heavy burden. The last few years, Olga has shown she is capable of assisting me. I have every faith in her.
But...
The subject is closed, Miss Walker. Please tell me about that pendant you have around your neck. I must admit I noticed it as soon as you walked in. Miss Walker, is everything all right?
it's a souvenir.
Of a good memory or a bad one?
Both at once, really.
Of course, just like with all memories, right? At any rate, what's currently important for you is to avoid being too haunted.
Dr. Zamiatin, I promised Kurk I'd go to the craftsman in Valsembor and bring back his mechanical prosthesis. The poor boy has been waiting for it for ages, so I'd like to try to speed up the process. Would you tell me how to get there?
Now there's a truly noble initiative, Miss Walker. I asked my clockmaker friend Simon Steiner to manufacture the young Youkol's mechanical prosthetic leg. He's a capable craftsman and ingenious. You'll find him in his workshop, near the Valsembor port. I imagine he must almost be finished with his work by now. He makes amazing things. You'll see.
Can you authorize my release so that I can see Dr. Steiner? Unfortunately, I've been told that the clinic is in lockdown.
You will have to ask Dr. Olga, Miss Walker. She signed the current order to lock our establishment down. She's in charge of giving out the passes. This book should answer any of the questions you may have about our Youkol's friends. Farewell and bon voyage, Miss Walker.
I get the impression that the Youkols aren't much liked around here.
Indeed. It would seem that most of the inhabitants of Valsembor are now quite hostile towards them. This wasn't the case a while back, you know. When I was young, the migration of the snow ostriches was an event widely welcomed with open arms in Valsembor.
Why the change in attitude?
Our region was actually somewhat devastated 20 years ago. Dramatic events changed the way people viewed the world. The people turned inward on themselves. They are less welcoming. And the fact that the Youkols have been stuck here, next to Lake Valsembor for several weeks, hasn't helped.
How many ostrich migrations have you seen?
This is the third one. I'm lucky to have seen so many of them. It's a rare spectacle. Believe me, the great herd of ostriches accompanied by the Youkols, doomed to blindly follow their animals wherever they happen to roam. And they don't care about countries, wars, and borders.
You seem to like the Youkols, Dr. Zamiatin.
They are a fascinating people, you know, and such astonishing medicine infused with shamanism. Without which, no doubt, you would have never arrived in this clinic alive, Miss Walker.
Why did the Youkols ask you to heal Kurk?
On each of their migrations, the Youkol shamans and I have exchanged medical knowledge. Their trance therapy and materia medica have provided astounding results for my patients affected by psychological afflictions. In exchange, I do what I can to take care of those injured that they can't heal using their traditional medicine. Like, that poor boy who lost his leg.
It's really necessary for me to ask Olga's permission to leave? You're the director of this clinic, after all.
Olga
See,
is my right-hand woman. I can't keep her uninvolved in current matters, Miss Walker. She is also currently your doctor. You should really talk with her about it. She isn't as evil as you seem to believe. You'll find her in her office, most probably.
well, I hope he's right, and that Olga isn't just like your typical abusive asylum doctor or something.
You will find Dr. Olga hard at work in her office, Miss Walker.
Hmm, it's open now.
The American is awake. You must hurry, Colonel.
How is she doing?
Fine, apparently. She is docile for the moment. This may not last too much longer, I'm afraid.
And what about the tribe of nomads?
Just like the past few years, Lake Valsembor hasn't frozen over, so the herd can't cross the ice. They're stuck here. And also, their young
It's
guide
like
is still in our...
watching a telenovela
If
with a
everything
bad
goes as
dub.
planned, soon the Youkols will have no choice but to go back home. Especially as I have a plan to speed things up.
Fine.
There's also the American detective, Colonel. He should be arriving soon.
Let him meet with Miss Walker if that's what he wants to do. No point alarming him just yet. But when all is said and done, we're the ones who are handling the young woman's case. No American is going to come here and tell us what to do.
What? Where did she go?
Okay, snooping time. Yeah, she is. I was actually hoping that she was just like a very strict doctor. I mean, she doesn't listen, but I was hoping she was coming from a good place, just to subvert the typical evil doctor archetype. Okay, I received confirmation that the American is a... Concerning the clinic management and just what's our comrade to... Hmm, okay. So the detective from part two still chasing after you. Self-proclaimed finest private investigator.
Hello, Miss Efimova. I'm here to see you too. Kate Walker. It really is you. What a coincidence. I've been looking
Okay.
for you for weeks.
So you finally see the
Mr.
private
Cantin, I
investigator.
presume?
Ah, I see that my reputation precedes me. Miss Efimova must have told you I was coming.
No, I just now learned of your existence, Mr. Cantin. A while ago, my employer in New York informed me that he was going to stick a detective on my back.
I don't like to boast, but I'm the best detective on the East Coast. Never a problem with me. I've been asked to bring you back home safe and sound, Miss Walker. I should be in Valsembor in a few hours.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Mr. Cantin. I'm sure that finding me hasn't been easy.
Oh my God, you have no idea.
I'm afraid this might upset you, but I'm not planning on going back to the United States for the moment, Mr. Cantin.
To be honest, you don't really have a choice. The U.S. Justice Department is looking for you, and I even have an international arrest warrant for you, Miss Walker. Who'd have thought?
The feds are looking for me? But what's the charge? I've done nothing wrong.
Embezzlement! Apparently you took off with a contract for the sale of the clockwork toy factory in Vorarlberg. And you took advantage of the seller's senility. You're even suspected of being responsible for the death of one of them, a Mr. Hans Vorarlberg, the last heir authorized to sign contracts with the company you represented. That's not negligible. You know, Miss Walker.
This is completely ridiculous. And as far as I know, you aren't authorized to represent the Justice Department in this country. You're just a detective. So you'll have to put up with it, Mr. Cantin. I'm not going back to New York with you. So leave me alone.
Wait, Miss Walker. Please be reasonable.
Goodbye, Mr. Cantin.
I couldn't. No. She probably couldn't mail the document, but she could have at least just left the document in the hotel in Aralbad and just maybe ask the concierge there to mail it or something. Wait, I'm just going to check something. I'm not sure, but the last like place where she could have found one was in, I think, Aralbad, the hotel in part one. Because after that, she's been traveling through very remote areas, so I don't think she could have found any like release forms or any forms of sending the document. Oh yeah, the necklace that Kate has, the one that the doctor asked about earlier, it's Oscar's heart.
Hello, Miss Efimova. I'm here to see you too. right, Walker. It really is you. What a coincidence. I've been looking for you for weeks.
There's no skin.
Mr. Cantin, I presume?
Ah, I see that my reputation precedes
There's
me.
no manual
Miss
save anymore,
Efimova
so
must have told you I was coming.
I have to be careful. I forgot
No,
about that. I
I
have
just
to
now
be
learned of your
careful
existence, Mr. Cantin. A
where to
while
quit
ago, my employer
and
in New York informed me that he was going to
where
stick
to
a
load the
detective
game.
on my back.
I don't like to boast, but I'm the best detective on the East Coast. Never a problem with me. I've been asked to bring you back home safe and sound, Miss Walker. I should be in Valsembor in a few hours.
I have no need of a knight in shining armor holding my hand, Mr. Cantin.
Look, Miss Walker, I'm just doing my job.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid you've made the trip for nothing.
Yes. I mean, I'm not so sure. The Justice Department is looking for you, you know.
The feds are looking for me? But what's the charge? I've done nothing wrong.
Embezzlement! Apparently you took off with a contract for the sale of the Clockwork toy factory in Vorarlberg. And you took advantage of the seller's senility. You're even suspected of being responsible for the death of one of them, a Mr. Hans Vorarlberg, the last heir authorized to sign contracts with the company you represented. That's not negligible. You know, Miss Walker.
This is completely ridiculous. And as far as I know, you aren't authorized to represent the Justice Department in this country. You're just a detective. So you'll have to put up with it, Mr. Cantin. I'm not going back to New York with you. So leave me alone.
Wait, Miss Walker. Please be reasonable.
Goodbye, Mr. Cantin.
Hmm. Okay. Colors. What about this one? Blue, blue, red, red, green. Wait. You have to be very careful when turning it, because if you flick it too fast, it's gonna spin around like yeah, like that. Okay, it's creepy.
Charming. Charming.
Why is there a
Hurry up.
Yes, Dr. Efimova.
what kind
I'm
of
doing
hospital is this?
whatever I can. Get this damn tap open in the end. You'll see. Ah. Ah. That's it.
Well, that should convince the Youkol scum to strike camp and go back where she came from. Come on, Helmet. Let's not hang about here.
Yes, of course, Dr. Efimova.
Isn't that dumb? I mean, isn't that also their water supply? Unless they're getting water from somewhere else, but I can't imagine. I almost missed this.
Hydrochloric acid. This thing is stuck.
She's still using the same line. This thing's stuck. Okay, I'll probably need to melt it with HCl, but let's check out the door earlier. Or do I have something? No, just a knife. I was hoping I could at least close off one of the tabs.
This thing is stuck.
You're breathing in those. I don't know if the air is toxic, but it doesn't look good. And this looks like a stage from the Jackass games. Okay, let's talk.
Quickly, or all ostriches lost. Miss Catwalk, help please. What Youkols do to great spirits to deserve punishment? Quickly, or all ostriches lost.
I mean, what do I do?
Miss Catwalk must do something. Quick!
Ah! Ostriches maybe die poisoned?
Help, please, Miss Catwalk.
Miss Catwalk? Pew pew, piklakalaka.
Help, please, Miss Catwalk.
The Youkols are going to be overwhelmed here soon. I have to help them, quickly.
Oh, there are Yukis. But we still don't know what happened to your Yuki in part 2.
Miss Catwalk must do something. Quick!
What do I have? A heart, a knife, and the brochure.
Enganimuk. Tuk tuk. Bikolet. Miss Catwalk. Senvenu tuk 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 tuk. Meninir Buruth.
My God, what happened to that poor ostrich?
Ostriches want drink very bad water, Tuk. When ostrich is thirsty, and ostrich is not smart, Miss Catwalk. She lako, Tuk. Head hard like hard rock.
Try to hold them back as long as possible. There must be a way to filter the river water.
Unganimuk. But Miss Catwalk, go quickly.
Miss Kate Walker.
Hello, ma'am.
You remember me, Miss Kate Walker. Me, ayahuasca. Great Youkol shaman. Me go there and find you somewhere there in the world of the spirits.
So you're the one I owe my life to, Madame Ayahuasca. It's you who cared for me before taking me to the doctors in the Valsembor clinic. I don't know how I can ever thank you.
Tuk, girl. Miss Kate Walker go clean river water right up there. Since she traveled long time in magic world, spirits now her friends. They will show her the right path.
Very well. If you say that the spirits are going to give me a hand, I'll try to do that.
Okay, so apparently there are spirits in the game now.
Ladies and gentlemen of the spirit world, if you want to show me the way, now's the time. Just had to ask, I guess.
Right, is there anything here? Nope.
This gauge is obviously for measuring the water flow from the dam. This gauge is obviously for measuring the water flow from the dam. This gauge is obviously for measuring the water flow from the dam.
Ostriches soon not controllable. Miss Ketwalk must quickly clean river.
Ah! Ostriches maybe die poisoned?
The Youkols are going to be overwhelmed here soon. I have to help them, quickly.
Ostriches soon not controllable. Miss Ketwalk must quickly clean river.
But how? Oh, wait. So the interaction point or area is up here, and I was trying to click. I didn't notice this. Wait, I need to check this one.
This gauge is obviously for measuring the water flow from the dam.
I don't know what I need to do. Maybe I need to... So turning these I don't know what to call these wheels or turning these things are so unnecessarily hard. And the cursor like keeps disappearing. It's too much. Let's bring it back. Recent Steam mentioned issues like, yeah, I've also read some of the reviews. Thankfully, part 4, the reviews are much better. And it's actually the game that made me want to start playing the entire series.
First guide not come back here. Now all water poisoned. Not good signs. Thank you for saving Great Herd.
Who would do that to the Youkols? Bairtla Misketwalk. Thanks you and spirits. Ostriches saved.
Sure,
Be careful all the same, Mr.
that's what
Balut.
I'm here
the
for.
dam filtering the water may not hold very long.
Sa! Youkols leave here fast to make sure Ostrich is safe. But not possible without Kurk. Him our guide.
I just came from the clinic. Kurk and I shared a room.
Sa! How going, Kurk?
So,
Duke?
just to give like a brief summary of what happened, we did find Syberia in part 2. And
Uchlare.
the game
Misketwalk,
ended
lako lako.
with Hans riding a mammoth, and then they went off into the sunset.
Sa! Tuk tuk.
And he was still wearing Oscar, so Oscar didn't come back. All I have left of Oscar is the heart. And
Tuk?
then wait, this guy is
He's doing
talking a
fine,
lot.
though. I mean, for the moment. But he's stuck up there without the prosthesis, you see.
No, Kurk. Youkols cannot leave here. So ostriches want continued journey without Youkols. Can't keep ostriches here very long. Ostriches cross Lake Valsembor alone. And then eaten by lake spirits. Tuk.
The ostriches crossing the lake, so that has to be a part of the migration?
Tuk tuk. Baranur, on other side of lake, is path of sacred plains. Ostriches lay eggs in hot sand on sacred plains. But lake, not anymore frozen, so not be able cross.
Listen, Mr. Barut, do your best to calm your ostriches while I go to Valsembor. I promised Kurk to go get his prosthesis and bring it back to him.
Bartla tuk. Miss Ketwalk, you friend of Youkols.
I'm going to speak with the shaman now.
Ayahuasca will be very happy. See Miss Ketwalk. She go with you and around you a lot in world of spirits, so they free you. You not die because of her.
Okay. And this part 3 started with Kate being unconscious She was on a boat, and the boat was on a frozen river, and Kate was unconscious. And then this Youkol like group, they have like a caravan with the ostriches, and they picked up Kate and nursed her as much as they can. And then they brought her to the hospital along with Kurk, and that's where the story started. Astrobot. I heard the game is good, but I don't have a PS5. I barely use my PS4, so I mostly game on PC now.
Hello, little lady. When you get into Valsembor, drop by my tavern. It's got the best food in town.
What an amazing jumble. Not at all like New York markets.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get one. If I think the only reason that I decided to get one was if there's an exclusive that I really want to play. But Sony releases their exclusives in Steam. I mean, I'll have to wait a few years, but
Before Youkols could always use stamping cannon. Then hey, visit town.
When you get into Valsembor, drop by my tavern. It's got the best food in town.
the controls are so frustrating.
What odd clothes you're wearing there, young lady.
Miss Cakewalk will find everything that she seek here.
Guide Kurk gone much too long time.
I can go inside this yurt. What a pretty pattern. If only I had the time to take a little nap.
Doop, doop.
What odd clothes you're wearing there, young lady.
They don't look like ostriches. They look more like chocobos. Very hairy chocobos.
People not like Youkols now.
I don't understand why the mayor put the Youkols on our doorstep like that.
Miss Kate Walker. You have good news?
To be honest, nothing great. Kurk, your young guide, is in the hands of Olga Efimova. That woman has the director of the clinic, Dr. Zamiatine, under her thumb. She also seems to be in tight with a shady soldier. These people hate you, Ayahuasca. They can't stand your way of life. They're the ones who poisoned your ostrich's water. I think they're also holding up Kurk's prosthesis to keep him in the clinic and stop you from continuing your migration.
People not like Youkols now. Youkols out of date. Tuk-tuks. If Youkols without guide, not able continue great voyage. Return to north and never leave again. And then ostriches die.
Well, hold on. We're not at that stage yet. I promised Kurk I'd go to Valsembor to bring back his mechanical leg.
Tuk. Magic leg not only problem for Youkols.
If the lake doesn't freeze, your herd won't be able to cross it. I suppose your ostriches can't really swim. It also seems to me that the lake really has a bad reputation.
Miss Walker see very clear. Now, many very, very bad spirits on lake, and also after. Baranor, very dangerous. Bad luck everywhere. Ayahuasca very, very scared.
There may be another way to cross the lake instead of waiting for it to freeze. I'll find out when I visit Valsembor.
Why Miss Kate Walker decide to do all this for us?
Kinda seems like the owl is controlling the old lady.
Miss Kate Walker lost tongue?
Without the Youkols, I would have died of cold and hunger next to a Siberian river. It's only natural I should give you a hand in return.
Look! So Miss Kate Walker decide accompany Youkols on great journey?
We'll see. First, I have to go to Valsembor. But like you, I seem to be a prisoner in this camp.
Youkols not have right to go to Valsembor now. Miss Kate Walker like them. Now she must find pass so that she able to leave here.
Strange the lake taking so long to freeze. This must be a consequence of global warming.
Bad spirits at bottom of lake make water very hot. Really nasty bad spirits everywhere now.
What's funny about
Where can I find a pass so I can leave the camp?
Before, Youkols could make use of pass machine in cabin at camp exit. But authorities decide break it in small pieces, so now we cannot use.
Pieces.
Miss Kate Walker should ask client tourists in Valsembor.
I was told about everything your tribe did for me when you found me. Thank you so much.
Miss Kate Walker cured. That's what counts. Job of ayahuasca.
I'm going to try to find the pass that you told me about.
Miss Kate Walker, go quickly.
A hide. Must be for making clothing.
Sounds like a problem. Wait, where's the exit? I actually clicked something by mistake,
Sir, excuse me.
but that was lucky.
Hello,
It
miss.
triggered something.
You're not actually from here. I can hear it. What on earth is a young American doing in our beautiful land? Business? Or perhaps tourism?
Oh, it's a long story, believe me.
I see. In any event, you must try and visit our town. You know, Valsembor is very charming this season. And may I suggest you drop by my tavern? It's the best restaurant in town.
He didn't say it in the voiceover, but in the text, he mentioned
Can I be of
that
some assistance, miss?
Kate has a strange accent, an American accent. But he also has an American accent. At least that's what from my perspective.
Was there anything you needed?
Unfortunately, I don't have a pass to get into Valsembor. You wouldn't know how I can get one, would you?
Wow, that can get complicated. You have to get a pass from the Valsembor Town Hall. And to do that, you need a pass to get there first.
So I'm stuck here?
Maybe not. This is my wife's pass. She's not well, so she couldn't come with me. The document is perfectly valid, except she forgot to get it stamped at the town hall.
And that's a problem?
I'm afraid so. Without the stamp, the document is worthless. Not that long ago, you just needed to get it officially stamped at the police checkpoint, over there at the camp gate. But there hasn't been anybody there since the town decided to come down hard on the Youkols.
So this pass is useless?
Not necessarily. You need to add a stamp that looks like the official Valsembor seal. The police aren't that sharp-sighted around here, I have to admit. Anyway, I didn't say a word. Good luck, miss. And don't forget to drop by my tavern when you're in Valsembor.
What an amazing jumble. Not at all like New York markets. The Youkol craftsmen must make these statuettes by the dozen.
Great ostriches always need lots of attention. Lots.
Okay. That's the police station.
Unukmak.
Bairtla, Miss Catwalk.
Bertla, the skatewalk. Wait, I accidentally clicked on Steam.
Tuk tuk sugar!
A squid lying in a puddle of ink. Poor creature. A squid lying in a puddle of ink. Poor creature.
Maybe I can use it.
It doesn't work. Impossible.
Wait, there's another thing I could click on.
So that's the famous lake that won't freeze anymore.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I've been better for a while now. Like for the past few weeks, or since last week, or last week. I can't remember. How about you? How have you been?
A squid lying in a puddle of ink. Poor creature. That's not right.
Let's talk to the police now.
Must clean cabin so nuts get fined.
A checkpoint for the municipal employees.
Stop! You may not pass.
May I ask why not?
Miss, as the inopportune loitering of the Youkol nomads in town was proving to be disturbing the tranquility of the inhabitants, Mayor Bulakin has ordered access to Valsembor to henceforth be restricted to those presenting a duly stamped pass, which confers the authorization to access said town.
Can I ask what for? But
Did you understand anything I just said?
If you don't want to talk about it, it's fine also.
Sir, I really don't think I represent a danger for Valsembor. Plus, I'm not a Youkol.
My dear young lady, your physiognomy is not sufficient. Only presentation of said municipal pass shall be acceptable.
Listen, I really need to get into town.
Without a pass, you shall not pass.
We have Fat Gandalf here.
This pass is not valid. It has not been stamped with a Valsembor town stamp.
I have
the
to
pass
use...
to the town.
I have to use
Do
the
I
squid.
really need a pass?
Indispensable. So cease arguing and keep moving.
Do I really need a pass?
Indispensable. So cease arguing and keep moving.
A squid lying in a puddle of ink. Poor creature. Impossible. No way.
What should I do with it?
Let's try something else. Not a chance. That's not right. Nothing. It doesn't work. A squid lying in a puddle of ink. Poor creature. Apparently, I need to have the official Valsembor stamp on this for it to be accepted as official.
Shit. I'm still kinda used to the old controls. So for part 1 and part 2, right click opens the menu, but for part 3, you need to click the mouse wheel.
It doesn't work.
Tuk tuk sugar!
I'm missing an item. Maybe I need to go back inside, but
Must clean cabin so nuts get fine.
I thought I could maybe take the hat so I can get an imprint.
Do I really need a pass?
Indispensable. So cease arguing and keep moving.
Okay, time to snoop around
Nothing useful
and
here.
steal things.
A stamp. Looks like something's missing, though.
Hmm.
Only the stamp is missing. How practical. There's a shape ingrained in the leather. Stamps. But not one is the right shape, of course. Given the living conditions here, I can understand why the policeman's so nice.
I think I can go back to the squid now.
Bairtla, Miss Catwalk.
A checkpoint for the municipal employees. Nothing useful here. Nothing useful here.
Okay, so I wonder if there was a reason that I needed the pad. Sponge. And then the document. Okay, and then it doesn't reach for some reason. I still might be missing something.
Let's try something. Nothing. Stamps. But not one is the right shape, of course. Nothing useful here. There's a shape ingrained in the leather. No way.
So I need to place the pad first.
Nothing.
Shit. Shit.
Only the stamp is missing. How practical. Given the living conditions here, I can understand why the policeman's so nice.
So the stamp is still missing. But I'm just gonna try one last thing before I look for something needs to go in there. But question is, where do I find it? Maybe I need to go back to the market.
I'm sure that midget is up to something.
When you get into Valsembor, drop by my tavern. It's got the best food in town. Lion tourists liked Youkols before. Youkols not stay too long time around Valsembor. If ostriches try swim in lake, yum yum kilak.
Now all client tourists think Youkols are thieves.
What a strange sculpture. Looks like a kind of octopus or squid. Hello.
Mac, Miss Catewalk, like collect souvenirs?
Well, that sculpture there.
Haha, Kilak. That great spirit, very bad, Miss Catwalk. Evil monster of water in Great Lake.
Oh, I see. It's a representation of a local legend.
Haha, not legend, Miss Catwalk.
Potatoes.
Kilak, very great, very bad. Live at bottom of lake.
If the monster really existed, wouldn't he have attacked your ostriches when you tried to cross the lake to continue your journey?
Youkols always cross in day.
Kilak not like day and light. Always when lake frozen. Kilak not be able to cross ice to eat ostriches then. But now, lake still not frozen. Ostrich is impatient. Not good, not good.
One of you repaired a key to help me escape the clinic. Was it you?
No. Smith, over there.
Maybe the blacksmith
So,
can
how's
make
business?
makeshift
Tuk-tuk.
stamp.
No more client tourists here. No more like Youkols in Valsembor. Not good for business.
Why don't they like you here?
Youkols stuck staying too long in Valsembor. Not good. Must leave fast.
Kurk being gone so long really has you worried, doesn't it?
Kurk, sacred guide. No guide, so not great journey. Miss Getwell comes with news about Kurk?
His treatment is weakening him, but he was fine when I left.
Ah, Kurk come back very fast. Or not good.
Goodbye, and thank you for all the information.
Okay, Miss Getwalk. Bye-bye.
Let's check out the blacksmith.
People not like Youkols now.
This forge is magnificent. Hello.
Look, Muck, Miss Catwalk. Need something from Forge?
Well, yes, I do. I need a stamp that has the same shape as the Valsembor seal and that I can use with the press at the camp gate.
Complicated. Need model. Tuk. You have that, Miss Catwalk?
What kind of model do you need?
Miss Catwalk must give model size, like real true object.
Yeah, I think I should have taken the pad. Now I have to go back. Wait.
Business not so good. Authorities become hostile. But
Isn't that gonna be suspicious? I showed the guard my pass without a stamp, and then suddenly I'm able to produce a pass with a stamp when I couldn't even get outside of the camp.
Miss Catwalk, bring much. Complicated. Smith also need wax for mold. Good junk. Stamp ready in not long time.
Wait, let's talk to this officer.
Keep moving.
I should have all the parts now. I already have the ink. Oh, shit. I took a sponge from here and then I dipped it where the squid was earlier. So next is the stamp. Wait, I think I need to open it first and then put it there. Let's lock and then back. Let's erase the stamp.
I forgot to ink the stamp.
I said erase it. Okay. Let's lock the paper in place. Ink the stamp. I think that should do it. I wish it was all just in one screen. And voila.
Hello, Miss Walker. Very happy to finally catch up with you.
Mr. Cantin, what on earth do you want?
To take you back home, whether you like it or not. Come on, give me your hands, please.
Just give him the document.
Mr. Cantin, I don't know how much the people who hired you promised for delivering me to them. But if it's only a question of money, maybe...
Stop right there, Miss Walker. You're being a tad insulting. Listen, my professional integrity has never been in doubt in over 20 years of work. Come on, wrists out. Mr. Marson? Finally, I have her. Yes, she is safe and sound. I have Miss Walker under control. I'll keep you informed
That's
of
quite
our
a
progress.
modern, like
It'll take a
zip
day or two at most.
lock type of
I suppose there are a few
cuffs.
procedural obstacles to overcome before we can leave the country.
Listen, all these things I'm accused of are completely untrue. Hans's murder, embezzlement, it's nonsense. And while we're wasting time here, I can't help the Youkols. And believe me, they really need it.
I am not your enemy, Miss Walker. If you haven't done anything like you say, it's in your interest to go back and defend yourself in court. There's nothing left for you to do here anyway. Not everyone here is your friend in these parts.
Does
I'm afraid.
America even have jurisdiction?
Well, all right, Mr. Cantin. You win.
I'm glad you're finally being reasonable, Miss Walker. Now
Maybe
we
for
just need to wait for
embezzlement,
the
but for
representative of
the
the regional military
alleged
authorities
murder of
for the
Hans.
administrative procedures. I don't think it'll take long to get our papers, so we can leave this place then.
How long do we have to wait? I've been through a lot over the last few months, you know. I'm recuperating. I'm still a bit weak.
Well, it could take a few hours at the outside.
Would you mind bringing me a glass of water? I don't feel too well. I feel a bit dizzy.
I'd have to leave you here in the meantime. I'm not sure that...
Please, Mr. Cantin. I really think I'm going to faint.
Don't worry, Miss Walker. I'll see what I can do. But don't move.
Quick! I have to get free and get out of here while Cantin is busy. Useless. That's no use to me.
You have a knife, can't you use the knife? Gonna use the bottle.
It didn't break. God, I need to find something else.
Step on it. Come on, Kate.
God, I need to find something else.
You have a knife, or you can just step on it.
Unless I want to fracture Cantin's skull with my hands behind my back, this does me no good. It didn't break. God, I need to find something else.
Just step on it. You could have just... You're wearing boots, it's perfectly safe. You know, I just find it funny. I'm...
Too far.
Too far. Then just move, or you could have just sat somewhere closer. And the obvious is unavailable. Yeah, I just find it funny. I mean, you know how these types of games work. They do things in a very roundabout way.
Free at last. All right, let's get out of here before Cantin comes back.
Miss Walker! No, wait! I have an arrest warrant for this woman. Arrest her! Oh! My pass! Give it back to me! Immediately, you hear?
I didn't do anything. Oh no, it looks like a large area. Let's go left first.
Believe me, it's a really good thing that the nomads can't just come and go around Valsembor as they please anymore.
That big boat, the Crystal, it's been rotting at the dock for years.
Things are heating up for Mayor Bulyakin.
My squid is absolutely fresh, miss. Listen, miss, it's fresh.
I'm craving for some calamari. All the talk about squid.
We're going to see the nomad souk. Apparently they have good prices.
Since the town hall closed the port, we sometimes get the impression we're living in a ghost town.
Or some squid ink pasta. This path looks like it's going into the town, so I'm gonna check the other side first.
Are you okay, sir? One more step and you were in the drink.
R-E-N-O.
Pardon?
It's me, Captain Obo. Obo! Proud commander of the... just as proud crystal. So don't you, sir, me.
Well, delighted. Captain, I'm Kate Walker. I'm looking for Steiner's, the clockmaker.
If I fall in the water, Taylor, it'll be to go straight to hell. So don't fall in the water, Sailor. You understand? Bastard's waiting for me.
Who are you talking about?
The monster of the lake is waiting for us all, miss. Everyone's time comes eventually. To finish the work. Come on, back in the fight. Because you can never lower your guard. Never.
Oh wait, I made a mistake. Actually, this part seems like it's going to the like, town proper. Let's see where this leads to again. It's locked.
Hi there. Anything biting?
As if. 20 years there's been fewer fish, but sometimes you can get lucky. Go figure. It's really odd.
You seem to know the region well. Maybe you can fill me in a bit. I'd like to know a little bit more about the local legend. I was told that there's a monster down there, living at the bottom of the lake. Oh, sure.
Back when, the lake froze over earlier in the season. People would go out and make holes in the ice in the middle of the lake, then fish like that.
Ice
Sometimes
fishing.
they would even set up these cabins for the winter next to the hole. The old folk always said you should only cut a small hole, just wide enough so the fish could be pulled through when you landed them. No more than that. One day, this guy who was kind of odd cut a really big hole. To make it easier, he said. In case he caught a really big one. You don't have to believe me, but he's the one who went into the hole. Backwards. Into the depths. In less time than it takes to say it, the monster's arm came through the hole, then dragged the poor guy down to the bottom of the lake. That's why the old folks say never make a big hole in the ice. Because of the monster that lurks below.
And how do you know all that?
Because the poor guy was my older brother. And I was fishing just next to him that day. So you think what you want. You have a good day, miss.
That's his Moby Dick. It's Captain Ahab. My taskbar is on the left side of my other screen, and sometimes if I click accidentally outside this screen, I click on an icon and it opens up some stuff.
Hello? Anyone here?
You can see there's no one.
As deserted as the outside. Given the number of seats, this must be some kind of ferry, some kind of transport.
Shit.
It looks like it needs repairs. Too bad.
Okay, this makes things a lot easier to read.
Poor Captain. Even though his superstitions terrify him, he's obviously dreaming of a second chance.
All of text. Wow. Crazy mechanic from the west. Was that? Was that Hans? why he says my name now, the way he spit outside. All those costumes. I put the wind in all his faces on my what's most scared out of the parents he's lips. Regardless, the only thing that counts for me now is there was an inspection point.
Nobody. Nobody.
I think I clicked on something again. Okay, let's get off the boat. Let's find whatever his name was, I forgot. The prosthetic maker. Let's go down this way first. Start with the outskirts and then go inside, or go into the frick. Clicked on something. I clicked outside again. Okay. There's nothing here, so I guess I'll...
A tavern.
I'd rather be left here on my own if you'd...
Someone stole 3 chickens last...
Excuse me, please, miss.
Yes?
I'm looking for Simon Steiners.
Simon Steiner is my grandfather. My name is Sarah. Sarah Steiner.
Pleased to meet you, Sarah. I'm Kate Walker. Can you tell me where I can find your grandfather's workshop?
Of course. You'll find his shop is at the end of the alleyway, on the left, just as you leave it, in the main avenue. Can I ask what you want with him? Because he's rather old, you know.
I'm accompanying the Youkol caravan. Apparently your grandfather is supposed to be making a mechanical prosthesis for Kurk, their spiritual chief, who had a bad accident recently. Without the artificial leg, Kurk won't be able to go along with the great migration of his people. And on top of that, the Youkols won't leave without their guide.
You're accompanying the Youkols? My god, you're so terribly lucky. When I was little, Grandfather used to tell me all about their adventures, full of mystery and magic.
Do you like life in Valsembor?
Oh, there's really not that much to talk about here, you know. I spend all my time here or with Grandfather since he got sick.
There was no one who could keep an eye on him for you?
We can't afford it, I'm afraid. I also think I prefer it this way. My grandfather is my only family.
You seem to like the Youkols, Sarah. I get the impression that's rare in Valsembor.
It's true that when it comes to the Youkols, people around here can be a bit silly. They go out of their way to make the nomads scapegoats for all of the town's problems since they got stuck here.
But you don't, do you?
Of course not. Grandfather told me that he has actually seen 3 or 4 of the great ostrich migrations in his lifetime, and he always really respected those strange people. He even made sure I would admire them too, you know.
I guess you're pretty close to your grandfather?
Yes. Of course he can get a bit grumpy, especially the last few years, but he's actually really adorable, and you should see the work he does. Give him a few cogs and springs, and he'll give you some unbelievably incredible invention. He almost makes mechanical objects seem alive.
I see exactly what you mean. I used to know someone like that, too.
The only problem we have is that business collapsed when he got sick. I really do believe that if I didn't have the waitressing jobs to make ends meet, we'd probably have to close up shop.
Thank you for your help.
I'll be stopping in to see Grandfather on my next break. Maybe I'll see you there.
Yes, I hope so. Goodbye, Sarah.
Grandpa should have joined Sarah as an apprentice.
I'd really suggest you steer well clear of Captain Obo, miss. He's always basically drunk as a skunk.
Ah, miss, delighted to see that you finally managed to leave the Youkol camp.
Yes, thank you very much for the pass.
Well, now that you're at last here, you'll be able to taste my famous borscht.
It would be my pleasure, but I do have to find Steiner the clockmaker right away.
Simon Steiner? Ah, in that case, you should speak with Sarah, our young waitress. She's his granddaughter.
How are things in town? They don't seem to be going that well.
If you ask me, the atmosphere is horrible. At least half the people don't want the Youkols right at our door. Most of the shopkeepers even made the decision to go on strike over what they saw as unfair competition. Also, Valsembor hasn't been the same in the last 20 years. There it is.
I met that man recently. A certain Captain Obo. He doesn't seem very with it.
And he's been that way for 20 years, miss. 20 years. Can you imagine? He used to command the Crystal, the boat that made the crossing between here and the amusement park, on the other side of the lake. And he wasn't the same man then.
Is Simon Steiner well known here in Valsembor?
For a long time, he was rather popular. You know, he isn't just a clockmaker. He knows everything about mechanical objects. He repaired everything for everybody here in Valsembor. He also designed the amusement park on the other side of the lake with a colleague of his. A French automaton creator, if I remember right. You could say Valsembor owes a lot to Simon Steiner, miss. So when he got sick, I offered to hire Sarah to help a little. You understand?
I'm off. Thank you again for your help.
See you soon, miss.
I hope you find the tavern agreeable, miss.
All those youngsters trying to act smart to impress the Steiner girl. It really gets to me.
We're pretty lucky with all we've been through. At least we've still got places like this.
The lake is haunted by a demon. It's watching me. Waiting. I can feel it.
And it's been hard to sell our produce since the port closed. And now those nomads show up and undercut us.
Okay, I'm starting to doze off, and I'm getting a little cold now, so...
The Youkols have been cutting their prices. If it continues, we'll have to sell at a loss.
I'll try to continue for a bit more, but... it might be ending the stream, so...
The way they treat the nomads around here is terrible.
I don't have any coins. Too bad.
Looking for cigars or some hooch? I'm even cheaper than the nomads.
No Youkols in Valsembor! The shopkeepers can't take it anymore! The shopkeepers are on strike!
There've been 10 thefts from my shop since
The shopkeepers are on strike for the first time in ages. That's not good business for anyone, if you want my opinion.
The nomads are stealing our merchandise and our customers.
People are getting more and more excited here. Be a riot if it goes on.
Thieving Youkols in Valsembor! The shopkeepers want them out the door! Thieving Youkols in Valsembor! The shopkeepers want them out the door! Close the nomad souk! Throw them all out or we'll stay on strike!
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. I think I can still go on for a little bit more.
Show yourself, Mr. Mayor!
Or at least when the game autosaves, during the next autosave, I'll stop.
We're not leaving until you come outside to talk, Mr. Mayor!
You should have seen it back when the port was still open and booming. We'd never even heard of a strike.
I'll turn on the heater, maybe that will help. So when I get cold, my brain or my body shuts down.
It's kicking off near the town hall.
When they shut the funicular down this morning, it created chaos.
It's the funicular.
Welcome to our humble Valsembor funicular station, miss.
Wait, where's the Grandpa Steiner's workshop? Did I miss it?
Everyone's been surly the last few months.
I hope they don't end up throwing them in the lake, poor Youkols.
I don't have any coins. Too bad.
Uh, I'm going back to the tavern. I can't remember. I can't remember where the workshop is. Where they said the workshop is. Wait, have I been here before? I don't think so. I think I accidentally found it. Wait, let me just go back. I can't remember. I didn't notice what I clicked. I thought I was going back to the direction of the tavern. Ah, okay. No, I get it now. So there's a path here. I'm just gonna explore a bit before I go inside the workshop. And yeah, science would have been very helpful.
Impossible, I don't believe it. He forgot to leave it open again.
Ah, okay, so it leads to the funicular also. Some of the places you can go to are not very not very visible. Maybe he can repair Oscar.
Hello. Are you Mr. Steiner? I'm sorry to bother you, Mr. Steiner. My name is Kate Walker, and I've come to pick up the prosthesis for Kurk, the Youkols spiritual guide.
And well, dear Miss Walker, Dr. Efimova has informed me that the young man was not yet in any sort of condition to withstand the operation, and that...
Mr. Steiner, are you all right?
It is impossible. That pendant you have around your neck. I would be very obliged if you would entrust me with it for a moment. Please, Miss Walker.
The voices really aren't. A lot of the voices don't really suit the characters. Like, this guy is supposed to be old, but he sounds like...
Mein Gott! An XZ-2000 automaton heart in perfect working condition. A compensating spring memory.
Sounds like he's in his 30s.
Pendulum ventricles and small mechanical pumps. Everything seems in excellent condition. Donnerwetter! Where on earth did you steal this, Miss Walker?
What? Are you calling me a thief, Mr. Steiner? I haven't stolen anything from anyone. This is all I have left of my friend Oscar. Give it back to me right now.
Ah, so. And yet I am actually very familiar with this type of precision mechanism. An infernal precision.
German.
Incredible, unique expertise. For this was a Vorarlberg automaton, Miss Walker.
Yes. It was Hans Vorarlberg who designed this object. Tell me, did you know him?
Oh, yeah. He even lived here a few years. We did a lot of work together. He taught me so many different things, you know. So it is useless to try and make up silly stories, Miss Walker. And I am afraid that I am not about to allow you to leave here as long as you have not told me the truth about where this object comes from.
I'll tell him where to get off.
Well, I'm waiting for any sort of credible explanation, Miss Walker.
It's kind of rude.
Don't bother locking me in, Mr. Steiner. If you must know, the truth is that Hans Vorarlberg was someone who was very important to me. I accompanied him on a very strange journey throughout Europe. And that object in your hand is the only souvenir I have of that adventure.
That proves nothing, Himmelherrgott! Hans would never have given this to...
Heaven, Mr. God.
Mr. Steiner, are you all right?
My heart... need... my medication. Quickly!
Oh, you accuse me of being
Just
a thief,
don't
and
move.
now
I'll go and get your medication right away.
you're gonna ask me for help.
Empty.
Make yourself right at home. Don't mind me. I just own the place.
Fantastic.
Okay, it's reading time. I don't think I processed any of the things that I read.
Kirk's prosthesis, but it looks like it isn't finished.
Where's the medicine?
No way. No medication. That could do him more harm than good. Nothing that could help him. No medication.
Don't tell me I have to go outside and find the pharmacy. Spironolero, Mesilactide. 2 vials, 3 boxes.
There's no point. Nothing that could help him. That could do him more harm than good.
My heart. I need my medication. Quickly.
No medication in sight. Empty.
So, you would abandon me to my fate?
Empty. A woman's writing saying, "Grandfather, don't forget to take your medication 3 hours before dinner."
But where are the meds? Where the frickity frick are your meds?
No medication. Nothing that could help him. Nothing that could help him. That could do him more harm than good. No medication in sight. No medication in sight.
Oh.
Tea.
I remember reading something about 3 hours before lunchtime. Oh, dinner. I thought it was lunchtime. That's why I set it at 9. Wait, I'll double check. I remember it's here.
A woman's writing saying, "Grandfather, don't forget to take your medication 3 hours before dinner."
But I can't remember if there's anything that says what time he takes his dinner. I'll just guess. Say dinner is at 6. Or maybe I can ask him.
Look at me.
Wait,
Are you
no,
satisfied? I just can't handle any aggravation anymore.
I think it's in the prescription. Just... tea time.
No medication in sight.
Oh yeah, you got it. It's 8. I was just worried that it was gonna be like that there might be something here that says they have dinner around 7:45, so it's not gonna be like at the exact hour.
Get my medication. Thank you for your precious help, my dearest Miss Walker. I'm afraid I may have judged you somewhat hastily.
Don't mention it, Mr. Steiner. Tell me about the prosthesis. I need to take it back to Kurk very quickly, if, of course, you agree to let me have it.
Yeah. I just have a few small adjustments to make. It involves very precise and meticulous mechanics, understand?
Will it take long? I'm sorry to insist, but I also have to give a hand to those unfortunate Youkols. I need to help them get across the lake with their herd of ostriches. I'm so worried about them.
Once the mechanical leg is at last ready, I can go to the clinic and bring back young Kurk to you. That way you only have to worry about what happens to the other Youkols.
That's so nice of you, Mr. Steiner. But why are you doing this?
I wasn't extremely nice to you earlier. And also the way the Youkols are treated by the other townsfolk here, in my own town, disgusts me. So I want to help those poor devils, even if I am in no way absolutely certain they should be crossing the lake.
You want to talk about everything that happened in Baranor 20 years ago.
How on earth did you hear about the story, miss? The authorities have always done everything that was in their power to keep this terrible business absolutely quiet.
I read the ship's log that Captain Obo wrote at the time. Tell me exactly what happened there, Mr. Steiner.
It has become a true hell on Earth since the time of the last great ostrich migration. Please join me downstairs for a moment, Miss Walker. I'll show you exactly what I mean.
I don't know. I think tea time's usually around 3 in the afternoon. but I might be wrong. Like but they have tea like several times a day. I just know I think afternoon tea is 3-ish.
Kirk's prosthesis, but it looks like it isn't finished.
Look just next to the films there, Miss Walker. You should find a film on Baranor.
Baranor. That's what you get.
The film's missing.
When you found the old film reel, run it through the spool on the projector.
Tools that would have suited Hans.
Baranor, the cursed city. Baranor, the martyred town. Baranor has been nothing but a field of ruins and desolation since a week after the explosion of reactor number 3 in the nuclear power plant. Valsembor is on the other side of the lake, sheltered from the prevailing wind, and fortunately it seems to have been spared from the deadly radioactive cloud. Our town was mobilized to go to the aid of our neighbors. Although our town's means were modest when compared to the catastrophe, there were nonetheless among us some brilliant mechanical engineers. In record time, they developed a small army of automatons capable of helping the affected people. Those men and dogs of steel could go where a human could no longer set foot without becoming seriously ill. Over there, they could be excavators, rescue workers, and treasure bearers.
Oscar! They all look like him.
Truly magnificent pieces, Nishtvar. The XZ2000 model is most assuredly one of Hans's major masterpieces.
Their mission was to bring back any survivors of the catastrophe to Valsembor, where the victims would receive the best care in Dr. Zemyatine's clinic. The Crystal, the fairy usually responsible for linking the towns of Valsembor and Baranor every day, carried the new type of rescuers to the scene of the drama, and brought back the survivors of the catastrophe.
So Baranor suffered the ravages of a nuclear accident. But according to that film, the automatons you designed with Hans should have helped save lots of lives, right?
I'm afraid that's not how things went. Because of Captain Olga. Ah, that must be Sarah. Please come this way, Miss Walker. I'll introduce you.
Okay. Yeah, the game auto-saved, so I think I'm gonna end the stream now. I can't process all of the information anymore, so I think I'm missing parts of the story. It's good. Thanks, and you too when you get to sleep later. And I'm happy to hear that everything went well with the surgery. I hope you have a good health. And I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.